Hey guys, and welcome back to the Chaotic Kids channel, where I'm Michelle making fantasies come true, one story at a time. And today we are going to be working on JJ's project, which is my young adult contemporary Christian fiction coming of age storyline, where my main character JJ has some sort of dissociative disorder, resulting in him having multiple personalities. And it's been about a week since I last wrote. Honestly, I think it's almost been a week and a half since I last wrote. Which, I kind of needed this break because I was going through imposter syndrome. But so I was just watching a video. I don't even remember who it was. I was just watching a video and I was like, I kind of want to write today or at least this week in JJ's project. And I was like, I've kind of been having this idea of how I want to do it kind of thing. And I was like, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to move forward with this. And I was just thinking about it and I was like, you know what? I'm going to start writing it right now. So I got started writing on it. Yeah, it's so far going really good. Again, this is like, I literally just wrote probably like 100 words and that's about it. And I was like, the video ended, so I was like, I'll just update you guys, or get this video started. But so if you guys do not know or don't remember the last time I wrote on this project, or I don't even remember, but so I was going through in some imposter syndrome. A lot of it had to deal with the fact that I was at this stage where I was like, I don't know how to get, like, I'm on the act 3. I'm at act 3 and I would say I'm act 3 part 2. Like almost the climax. Like there's like the beginning part was this non-human alter being like trying to get all of his headmates together. And then there's this part that I was like, well, I was kind of stuck because I was like, he can't control the control panel, which kind of like runs the system. I kind of envision it kind of like Inside Out, and I'm like, he can't access the control panel because he's a cat. He can't control it. But I was like, okay, how do I get him from this, like, I can't control the control panel to eventually calling out for help, which will then result in everyone being awoken pretty much, and him healing from, like, JJ healing. So I was like, okay, how do I do this? And so I had this idea. It's kind of going to be in a dream state, which I know is kind of like I want to say almost a taboo subject, like a taboo kind of writing style. But going into it, you're going to know that it's a dream state kind of thing. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. Yeah, it'll just be an interesting kind of story. And like, I don't know if whenever this book gets released, I will say like it is going to take the reader on a journey, because there's so many different, like, each act basically has its own climax, and then it has kind of a resolve, but it's like, I don't remember how Sarah Cannon put it, but like I watched a Sarah Cannon video where like she wants each of her, like, for her episodic work she's working on, like each episode is going to have its own climax, its own little resolution. Then the second episode is going to have a climax and resolution kind of thing. And that's kind of how each act is working out for me. This one, the like midpoint, the like major shift is kind of happening a little early compared to the rest, but I think this is how it's meant to be. I think I still have like 6 or 7 different edits to go through before it's done. But yeah, I think this is how I want to work on it. Again, this could all change. I don't know. I'm just trying to work it out so I'm not stuck on it anymore. Sorry, it's really hot in here, but, I am working on it today. Today is the 30th of June. I don't know how long when this video is going to end. I'm just doing it now. But today's the 30th. The last time I worked on this was the 17th. Gosh, it's been a while. Which, yes, on the 17th, I got to 68,963 words. And so far with, like, the 100 words I wrote, I'm at 69,000 words. So I think by the end of this video, I should be at 70,000 words. If not close to 71,000 words. I'm honestly not sure. I know each chapter is typically, like, 2,000, 250,000 words long. So might get some pretty good distance. But I will say this word count is not like the final word count, because like I've already sent off my edits. Like as I get one act done, I send it off to my editor, and then I get that one back and I work on the next one, kind of thing. But act 1 I need to do a complete rewrite of, because I didn't know the aspects of the story until it's already been done. Like I'm a pantser, so like everything keeps evolving as I write it. So when I go back, I'm going to rewrite act 1, send that to my editor too. Eventually, that's after act 4 is done and once I know the full story. But yeah, that's kind of what's going to be happening. But for right now, I'm working on chapter 26. I'm in, again, this non-human alters story. But, well, not story, but the perspective. I think I know how I want to do it. Again, I'm winging it right now. But I think I like how this is going to be. So I'm like, okay, going to continue down this path. I want to tell you what is happening right now. Like, what I have the idea for. But it's not... I think this might be a spoiler for the story. But then again, I don't know, like, it could change. But I'm like, no, I don't need to tell you guys everything. But just somehow this cat alter is going to get access to the control panel and be able to reach out for help. That's kind of what's going to happen. But also, I'm like, maybe he doesn't get to touch the control panel. Instead, he awakens everyone else. I don't really know. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just winging it. So I will see you guys after like a couple 25-minute writing sprints. I have a timer set right now for my laundry when it gets done. But yeah, that's kind of what's going to be happening. And I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye. Hey guys, today is July 1st. I can't believe we're already at past the halfway point of the year. It's so crazy to think. But today we are going to be doing some more writing. This is just going to be a writing vlog if you haven't known by the chapter, like the title of this video. But we're just working on writing, this week. But so yesterday I worked on chapter 26. I did not finish chapter 26, and typically I never finish it until like I do like 2 rounds of edits to it anyways. But I didn't even finish like the first round of drafting for the document. Like, I would say I still have like a second half to write on it. And the main reason I say second half is because like I wouldn't say this chapter is separated into 2. It's just a very long chapter. But I'm still kind of like unsure of how I'm writing it, if it makes sense. Which again, that's what beta readers, editors, and sensitivity, all these extra, I don't want to say extra people, but you know, like people who make up a story, they're still yet to look over it. So this is just me writing it, seeing if I like it and stuff. And I am liking it. It's just I didn't finish it yesterday, which I know, like, I know it why, because like I was doing my third 25-minute writing sprint and I was just like, I physically can't keep doing these words. Like, I was writing and when I was typing I was like, is the timer over yet? I am so drained. And I'm like, you know, that's only the third 25-minute writing sprint, but I have to think to myself, like, before I started writing, I did a journaling session, and I wrote about 1,000 words there, too. So probably on par for yesterday, I probably wrote, like, 3,000 words, which is about how much I usually do whenever I'm, like, in a really good mindset, writing my document, like, writing my story. I can get 3,000 words. But having 3,000 words, like, in some that was mental health, in my story as well, it was just like way too much and I just couldn't do it. So I was like, I need a break. I intended to come back to writing it after I had lunch and stuff, but I was like, I just want to chill. So I ended up going to prayer rosary. I also went for a walk. I thought there was something else I did. No, I guess I didn't. And then I had to do cleaning and stuff, but that was besides the point. That's just normal housekeeping things. But yeah, so yesterday was a pretty good day. So JJ's story currently is at 70,535 words. Good. I hit 70,000. Today might hit 72,000. I'm not shooting that for a goal. Writing until I'm like feel drained. But yeah, starting off with a 25-minute writing sprint. Probably will do 3 or 4 today. I didn't journal this morning, so I should be good. But also I think since I took off the break for just reading, like I took a break off from writing, I do feel a little sluggish with my writing, and I'm like, is that like, did I just ruin my usual flow state? I don't know. But again, it's hard to tell because I did do that journaling session earlier. And I also want to say, so I am recording on my phone. I haven't been recording on my computer for a while, just because it was having troubles with, the microphone. It was like giving me static feedback especially after clips that are lasting 10 minutes long. So I was like, I'll just record on my phone from now on. But the tripod that I had you set up on, the little part that connects to the phone detached, like it broke off. So now you guys are just kind of chilling, kind of sketchily on it. So it's fun. But that's besides the point. I, also have been thinking, I kind of need to get back into recording, chapter readings for Shelley's books. Because I have a YouTube channel for Shelley Kits, where I do book readings I do chapter readings of the books that I have published. And I'm like, I kind of like am kind of hesitant to do it because I'm not really sure if I'm going to, what I'm doing with Shelley right now. Like, I have no idea if I'm going to kind of shelve her in the sense that like I'm going to stop working on her books and kind of let the current books kind of just work their way through it. I'm unsure if I'm going to like, I'm just, everything about Shelley right now is kind of up in the air, so I'm like, what do I do kind of thing, so I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. But I am going to get into some writing sprints. I will see you guys in a little bit, okay? So, bye! Hey guys, it's like 2, almost 3 o'clock, honestly, so, hi! It's been a little bit since I've updated you guys. So I did some writing this morning. I wrote 1,195 words. I'm at a grand total of, let me go see, 71,730 words. I'm not doing any more writing today. I just wanted to, write. I got through chapter 26. I think I finished it, but either tomorrow or on Friday. Today's Wednesday, yeah. So either today or on Friday, tomorrow or Friday, I will do another read through. I say possibly Friday because I have to clean my brother's and my own house tomorrow, so we'll have that. But yeah, so either Thursday or Friday, I'll work on JJ chapter 26 again. And then maybe continue this video. I'm not entirely sure, just depends. Maybe I'll like keep recording until Friday, because on Saturday and Sunday I'll do a reading vlog, possibly do a reading vlog. I think I was supposed to do a reading vlog last week, but it just didn't happen. But, you know, I think I'm really honestly taking a break from recording stuff lately, just because, like, I posted, like, 10 videos last month, I think 9 the month before, so I'm like, I need a little bit of a break. But really I came on because I was doing some reading and Finding Ashley. I'm about 100 pages left in the reading, and I'm really enjoying this book. Like, I really, really enjoy it. There's some parts now that I'm like, right now I'm like, oh, everything's on a high. But I don't know. There's also like romance too, and I was like, I was hoping no romance in this book, but I also know like romance is in every book. Like, even if you don't want it to be, there's romance. And like I I say that. But like good stories almost have like I don't know, just I don't know. Romance always happens, I think. And sometimes it's not even necessarily like there was like it's not extreme what's going on here, but like they do make love to each other, you know. So it's like, you know, like I don't like it, but I'll read it kind of thing. But yeah, enjoying this book so far. Like I said, I wrote 1,195 words. So far in the last 2 days, I'm pretty sure I've written over 2,000, almost 27,000 words, if not more. So that's pretty good. So that means chapter 26 is over 2,000 words long, almost 3,000, and it'll probably be 3,000 by the end of either Friday or Thursday. So yeah, that's awesome. But that's kind of all I got to update you guys on. I will see you guys probably tomorrow, because all I have left to do today, I might do some more reading because like I said, it's only like 3 o'clock. But I am going to be doing my rosary time and also my Bible in a Year time. I will say with my Bible in a Year, for a while, like, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was because I was so focused on doing my total consecration to the Immaculate, which I did finish. But I was so focused on that, I kind of let my Bible in a Year studies, readings, stuff kind of go to the wayside. But now I'm getting back into it. I've actually done, I'm pretty sure, 4 days in a row of Bible in a Year, which is really good. Really been enjoying the stories, you know, and it's like showing me how, like, because we're right now at the part of King David, and so King David, like, he does all this to lead up to Jesus, and, you know, like, it still shows, like, how, like, there's brokenness in even Jesus's family, because Jesus is a descendant of David, so it's really cool, and even, I guess, even the beginning, like, so David is a son, like, a descendant of Judah. And even with Judah and his family, you know, there was some conflict too. So it's like everything just kind of works out in the end, you know? Anyways, that's kind of all I got to say. I think I really came on to talk about Finding Ashley. But I will say this book I'm really enjoying. And I've also been enjoying seeing you guys watch my book reviews. Because last month was probably my best month for watch hours and stuff, which is really cool. But yeah, I just hope to continue, I don't know, continue reading, continue writing, continue to do all the things. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow, okay? So, bye. Hey guys, today is Friday, July 3rd. I can't believe that tomorrow is July 4th. I live in the United States, so we're having the 4th of July and stuff. Well, I'm personally not doing the 4th of July. I've never done, like, I don't really do holidays outside of, like, Easter, Christmas, and Thanksgiving, and a little bit of Halloween, but I don't go nearly as out as I used to do for Halloween. I used to get, like, all dressed up, like, I would buy, like, random things and, like, put a whole outfit together for Halloween. I don't do that anymore. A lot of the reason is because when my mom died, like, my mom was really such an inspiration when it came to holidays for me. But ever since she passed away, it just feels weird to do anything for Halloween. I used to put up, or for any holiday, but I used to put decorations up here. I think I have a 4th of July decoration. I just don't put it up. And honestly, like, I have a whole bunch of different holidays that I could put up, but I'm just like, I don't want to do it. Granted, it does, like, lighten up the room a little bit, and it's like, oh yeah, this holiday is coming up, but I'm just like, it hurts too much to put holiday stuff up anymore. I'll even tell you guys this. So, in school, I used to dress up, like, in high school, I used to dress up for holidays and hand out candy. I wouldn't say I loved it, but at the same time, it gave me so much joy, like, just dressing up and having fun. I did this all 4 years of high school. Even one year, my very first freshman year, I even did it for my birthday. And I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I dress up for my birthday kind of thing? Like, I can't exactly remember what it was, but I dressed up, I handed out candy and stuff, and it was weird. Even for our, like, senior, like, graduation slideshow, like, they had me dressed, like, my future goals as, me dressed up as a scarecrow that I did. Or was I a fall fairy? I can't remember. I did have wings, because I was like, I'm not gonna buy wings to do this, and all the wings weren't, like, what I wanted. But I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. It's just, now I just live at home all the time, so I'm like, what's the point of holidays? Back to 4th of July. I don't really do much for the 4th of July anyways. Mostly because I'm really scared of, like, loud popping sounds, loud noises in general. Not entirely sure why that is. I just don't like loud noises. I'm very, like, noise sensitive. Again, I'm not sure why. Like, you know, I do have PTSD, but, like, I wasn't in, like, I don't even think, the only time I ever heard gunshots, well, I did hear them when my sister's ex brought guns over to the house, and we fired them a couple times, which I never liked. And then there was the time that my grandpa passed away, and he was part of the military, so they gave him a 21 gun salute and stuff, so I don't know. But I've never been a big fan of noises. Like, I remember even on, like, our 4th of July's growing up, like, for our family, I would camp out inside under a blanket trying to, like, ignore the popping sounds. I even remember, like, sometimes, like, listening to my, like, siblings laugh and joke, but I'm like, I can't go out there. I just can't. So, I don't know. Anywho, I've gone on this, like, 3-minute rant about holidays. I'm sorry about that. It's just how I am. But so I finished working on JJ's chapter 26 yesterday. I wrote, well, I don't remember how many words I wrote exactly yesterday. But so what I did was I did the final reading of, draft 1's, writing. Well, I won't even say it's draft 1, because, like, before I give it to my editor, I'm also going to do another read-through. Anyways, what I'm saying is, when it comes to JJ's project, and honestly, us as a new writer, like, I feel like with so I'm somebody with multiple personalities. Even though my alters haven't been talking to me as much, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm like, yeah, there might be a reason for that kind of thing. But so I'm just going through a lot of things, but with each new, I don't want to say each new alter being formed, or each of my shifts and, like, how my body is set up, like, my mind is set up and stuff, things have been evolving a little bit. So, like, I think I've told you guys, like, I have a new pen name. Her name's Marianne. She does the Saint books that I want to work on. There is Grace, who does JJ stories and all young adult, contemporary, maybe even a middle grade, I mean, not middle grade, but adult books, young adult books, all set in the Christian fiction world, or Christian fiction mindset. And then there's also Shelley, who does the Bugstopia books, which are up there. Then there is Maris, who does my High Fantasy Adventure series. When it comes to Maris and Shelley, I'm unsure of things right now, just because I'm like, I don't know if I'll be able to divide my time up in between all 4 of these projects, which I think I'll do a whole video on eventually. I just need to have a little more things set up for myself. But so when it comes to JJ's story and Grace's works, we definitely do a lot of, like, fine-tuning before we send it off to our editor, which is a lot better than what we did previously. Like, literally, previously, we would finish the draft, send it off to our editor, get it back, do, like, 4 or 5 different rounds of edits before we would then be like, okay, this is done, let's move on to the next book kind of thing. Or then publish it after like 4 or 5 different rounds. But with JJ's project, I'm like, ever since, I would say, once I started really focusing on JJ's project, which was back in November of last year, I was like, I just felt this shift. Like, I couldn't describe it. I just felt this shift in my system. And so it was all just kind of coming together to eventually make this new form of me. And basically, yeah. But with Grace, and I believe even Shelly at this point, like, we've all been, like, developing who we are. And we've just learned that we want to do more rounds of, like, editing and getting it more polished before we send it to our editors, so then we can do 2 rounds of, like, well, do 1 round of just rereading and making sure everything is coherent and stuff, then send it off to beta readers and sensitivity readers, especially sensitivity readers, since it is a book about mental health issues. But then do another round of edits, maybe do a final round of edits, maybe get a proofreader, and then send it off to a publishing house, hopefully, to get it published and stuff. So we're doing, like, I would say definitely for us, our writing style has improved, and our writing systems and how we have things set up have improved. Yeah, I know people have been doing some, like, talking about how their writing process works and stuff, and I kind of do that here on this channel, like, with these vlogs. But I will say it's definitely continuing to evolve as I do it. So I'm like, I can't really talk about it now because it's evolving and I don't know how it's going to continue and stuff. Yeah, so I don't know. There's so much going on in my life. But I'm wanting to close out today's video with talking about the numbers and stats that I did for the JJ project, for chapter 26. So currently I'm at 21. I'm not at 21 anymore. I'm at 72,001 words, which I'm kind of like, I was like, that one word, if I didn't have that one word, I would have 72,000 even. But I'm like, easily that one word could be the, like, POV of the next chapter. So I'm like, I'm not counting it. So I'm going to say I have 72,000 words in this document. This last 3 days, I've wrote 3,038 words. Really, really good. Like I said, I worked for 3 different days. And on like the total, like, working that I worked on this one chapter, I worked for 4.5 hours. Actually, 4 hours. Sorry, it was 4 hours. I don't know where I got the half. But I worked for 4.5 hours. I worked for 4 hours, sorry. I worked for 4 hours through those 3 different days. I think, honestly, when it comes to my timing of things, like how long it takes me, I would like to, like, work on projects more instead of just working for, like, that 1.5 hours per day. I would like to see if I could get it up to 2 to 3 hours a day, especially considering, like, I don't do much. I really don't do much. And then, like, if I'm not, I don't want so this is how my day is set up so far. Like, it's work in the morning, afternoon, do family time, or just watch YouTube. And then in the evening, I work on religious stuff. And even with the religious stuff, I've been kind of slacking because, like I told you guys earlier, I was like, oh, I did like 4 days in a row of Bible in a year. I've been having rough I've been having rough evenings lately. I don't know why. I just kind of zone out. Like, I, like, zone out to the point that, like, I can't even register who I am. Like, I'm so much, like, I'm sitting there staring at the wall. Or I'm staring, like, I have my phone on, like, listening to a video, but I'm not actually, like, seeing what's going on. Like, I love watching, in the evenings, I love watching Smosh videos, and, I'll be sitting there listening to it, and, like, Smosh sometimes has a lot of more, like, I don't know, some people, like, I don't know, If you know Smosh videos, you know them. But I would like be listening to it, but I would be staring at some random spot on my bed, not even like paying attention to that spot. It was just somewhere to, I guess, maybe dissociate, but I don't know if it's necessarily dissociating. It's just sitting there staring at this point that's not even like a point. It's just like my eyes are also like kind of screwy right now. Probably should get new glasses, but I'm like, if it's just coming in and out of like focus and stuff, and I'm like, I need help. Yeah, so I've just been living the life over here, honestly. Me and my sister had a conversation a couple days ago. She is like, we were talking about how like each of my family like each of us 4 kids, my mom and dad's kids, we all have our problems, granted, but she's like, I sometimes wonder what it would be like to live in like yours or our brother's lives, like for my life or my brother's lives. And I'm like, you don't want that. You don't want my life. Like, as much as like you might think it's a good life, like just getting to relax a lot, have time to read, watch YouTube videos, like watch the stuff that you want to watch, and, you know, writing and stuff that you like. My life is very, very disrupting. Like, like with my mental health, it is a journey. It is such a journey. And, especially like how much depression I go through. Like, I go through some sort of depression, I would say, every month. And if I don't have it one month, I would then have like a really bad one the next month kind of thing. Or a really, really bad one in 3 months. Like, it's just a flow. Like, girls, you know, obviously have periods. They have their monthly cycles. And I'm like, that's kind of like me, but mine's just my mood swings. Like, nothing that has to deal with my monthly cycle. It's just mood swings. And it's not even I think honestly, like, if I were to do like a full diagnosis, like if I were to go to someone and get a diagnosis, I would have probably like some sort of like schizophrenia maybe, or just have something that has like, or bipolar, because I was originally diagnosed with bipolar. But I would have this bipolar and then multiple personalities all tied into one. I'm just like, I'm too much work. I am too much work. But yeah, so I don't know where I'm going with. I am just having a really good morning. But yeah, so finished chapter 26, had a really good time writing it, worked for 4 hours, and I would say overall this week has been a success, or at least the three last days, or 3 previous days, I don't know. But they were all really good days, really good working sessions. Yeah, I could have done more in the afternoon, but I at least got the chapter done, and that's all I really expect out of my day. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. I hope you guys all have a lovely day, and remember to keep making fantasies come true, one story at a time, okay? And I'll see you guys later. Bye!